Hello and welcome to another episode of What's the Plan? Today's plan is Terraria. Getting set up the first evening and hopefully get to some mines. I am your host, Mr. Man. I've already created the character, nothing too fancy. I've also created the world, Mr. Man's home zone. This is a large world, so that is quite good to have. I've entered the world once, just to make sure it was a nice fresh world. I had a bit of an issue when I had my testing world up. I haven't actually played this game in about well over a year, I would say. I was pretty heavily into it, I suppose. I did everything. I was very happy with the patches that were coming out. I would join servers and just have a good time. But the developers pretty much decided or developer, don't even remember anymore. Pretty sure they were two though. Basically decided to move on to other things, which they are all able to do. But I haven't played it in about a year. As you can tell, all of my old worlds are gone. I was actually on my older computer. So, now I'm left with nothing. But, the goal is to get everything again. So, I will say I'm playing on softcore at the moment. Bit of a weakling, I suppose. But, for me it works. It's entertaining. And, this world is a lucky one. This is actually the second world I started. The first world was not recording well. I was putzing around with some of the settings. So, now we have a new one. And we have plenty of wood, which is very good for the plan that I have. The only issue is we do have to clear most of the wood because I need a good set of space. So, we also have a little bit of copper to our left. Right there. So that's going to be pretty useful. I am recording this in 720, not 1080, because on 1080 the screen is very, very small. Well, not the screen is small, but basically your character's a pinprick on the screen. I don't mind playing that way. I actually enjoy playing that way, but it's a lot harder to view. So I figured just doing this in 720 would be best. So we're getting close to finishing up with the initial wood collection. Definitely get some copper, because can't go wrong with early resources. Copper is going to quickly suck. You really don't need much in the way of copper. But in the very beginning, just a little bit doesn't hurt, even if it's to get some copper armor or something like that. Might as well make a hole to whatever cave this is. Not gonna be anything special, but we'll make a hole to it and let that buddy, explore to his death. So at which point we will finish chopping down these trees, place down some dirt to level off the landscape. Ooh, there's some iron glowing over there. Iron is going to be very handy. So I don't know if that's going to be enough to make an anvil though. So definitely going to have to get more of that. For those of you who don't know about Terraria, I'm sure there are a few, and I'm sure there aren't a few. This is... People were calling it a Minecraft ripoff, people, things like that. It is, to me, distinctly different in the essence that this is a lot more combat-based, in essence. There's a lot more... there's a number of bosses to fight. If they kept developing it, it would have been... It seemed to be turning more into, just boss after boss, new worlds. Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Minecraft as well. But this... it just seems like if you're just playing without an official idea of wanting to build something, there's more to do, I think. Again, just like Minecraft, you can just place blocks. I think we're going to want to clear off clear off what I just placed down, because that's what I call thinking through things. So, apparently all the bunnies are enjoying their time down there, so that's going to be a hole that we need to discover. We're going to make a nice long house, basically, to start and build up from there. Initially, it's just going to be long, and then we'll build up. But so we're going to start. First, we'll get a couple necessities, which we can make. Turn everything we have into torches. And we will get a couple of wooden platforms. And we will get the crafting table, which we won't place down just yet, but we're going to need it, so each time we will place our floor. So this is going for the whole, you know, wooden chic. Skipping over that, as we can now use the platforms that we created. And what platforms do is allow us just to go down and up and down and up. So they're very useful, always handy. It should be long enough for the 3 that we want. And I took off the dirt from my bar, because really, who uses dirt? Oh, and I jumped into that. I am too pro. We're going to use the dirt to sort of just add a little bit here. Give ourselves a little stairway kind of thing. Just make it easier when we add all the doors and such. And we're going to go up to our maximum jump height, which would be here. And get ready for a door. Not add a door, but get ready for it. This is where I like the platforms. I probably like 3 or 4, and then continue with wood. You'll learn more about that in the future, but for now it's just nice to be able to get out in more than one way. I should have done that here as well. So we'll do 4 again. 4 is a pretty solid number. At which time we will continue on. Obviously these parts, well not obviously, but these parts coming down are places for doors. So that marks one area, one room, so to speak. Then we have our central room, which is going to lead to our pit of despair. Don't want to leave too little room for the end, but that should be a good start. Actually, that's pretty small, but we'll make that the guide's room. He can enjoy it. I'm using the pick here because I hate short swords in this game. They're pretty bad. So I tend to avoid using them. But here we are. It's getting towards nighttime, so we're finishing up just in time. That's a really small room. We got our room set up though, and we have our crafting bench in our inventory. So all that's left is to start getting the doors. So I think we're going to turn this into a crafting room, and that will gain a whole slew of stuff later on. At which time we now need 4 doors. 3 rooms, 4 doors. Always remember to add 1 for the ends. We'll pick up a couple of chairs, because we're going to need them. What else do we need? Wooden tables. We'll take 2. The crafting bench actually counts as a table for room purposes. And then we're going to get walls. We also will get some more torches, since we killed a couple more things. And now we're going to just make a shitload of wooden walls, because we don't want things coming in from behind. We're building a house here. So we have a bunch of walls. Is there anything else we want? Well, since the short sword sucks, we're going to go with a wooden sword. And we got a nice bonus of 18% extra size, so I will approve of that. Gotta snag a wooden hammer, so we can hammer everything we need to. And we'll make a wooden bow. Is it going to be useful? Hopefully we'll get to copper soon enough, but at the start, it's better than nothing. So we're going to start off torching up the place. And then we'll basically continue this. We have our doors. Torches. More doors. Wow, this is such a small room. So, didn't really think about the size of this room. I could extend it. It wouldn't be too difficult. But again, if I can make that the guides room, you know, that'll learn them. And I obviously have moved off the wooden platforms, of which I can now not find because they're right there. So this just adds a lot of mobility to a house, you know. I mean, yes, you can make the entire roof out of platforms, but, you know, I like having some kind of roof. So we have that going on. We can now use our nice trusty hammer to eliminate just the little bit of dirt that we do have there. And we need to enter our final door. So this is how our house is going to roll for a little bit. We're going to bring back our torches and place them around, especially up top for some extra lighting. Put some in the middle of the bigger rooms, just to light up the dock. You know, keep things from getting too scary. And here we have the basic outline. You know, so far so good. Now it's just a matter of filling in the walls. Again, we're just using wood, you know, nothing fancy, but, you know, we make do with what we got. Eventually, especially as we make better rooms, maybe we'll move into like the gold brick and things like that. But for now, it's just wood, because we are poor. So we made it. We survived. We gathered resources. Turned to night. Don't really care. I mean, look at those guys. They're like, hey, you got a nice pad. Like, yeah, ain't no thing. Ain't no thing at all. Goes here. Filling in the wall. So. But yeah, two more rows and we are all sorted. So. But the real key for doing this, as I will say, we made 3 rooms. We can now have 3 people effectively move in. That means, yes, our guide has a place to stay, you know. Nice little table. You know. Plonk down a chair. Plonk down a table. Plonk down a chair. And we got a chair for this room as well. Now this means as soon as, say, we find a heart piece, the nurse can arrive, or as soon as we get get enough coins for the merchant, he can arrive, or if we find a bomb, the demolitionist can arrive. It just gives us the flexibility of not having to worry about, oh, can someone move in right now that hasn't? You know, it just gives us free reign of always have a free room open. I try to have more than one, but the more the merrier. Because, again, all it takes is, you know, shit, I wish the Dryad would arrive, and, wow, she could have. I just never built her a room. So as you can see, we can also swap to house mode. This guy can, so let's see. Yeah, this housing is suitable, already occupied, and suitable. Now again, guide, he gets that room. He was, originally, he is much more useful than he used to be. Again, with the crafting, you can just place things in it. Apparently, acorns don't do anything, bows don't do anything, but wood will surely bring up a whole slew of things. So with iron, we can make a chest. He just shows you what you can make. He's your own personal wiki, so he is very good now. But hey, you know, he's still just a guide. Nothing important. We will add some torches down here, just so we know what's coming up from underneath on the dock. And we will destroy the pots. So yeah, we got some more torches, killed a bunny. Can't go wrong. Now zombies, Although, no real point to killing them. They can drop a trinket, and early on, you can't go wrong with extra equipment. So, we'll hope and pray to get said trinket. The Demon's Eyes I will want to try to kill if possible, just for the sake of getting a lens. Not sure if there's any like eye lens or just lens. But with enough lenses, we can summon the boss, and again, that's what we're going after. We're going after, like, right there, bam, lens. Always shut the door. Not really thinking. And again, I leave the inside doors open. Oh, it's nice. It's, you know, you can be like, hey, there's a zombie there. You just go over his head, trap him in the wall, and now he can't move. So, and I will show you real quick before we end the episode, the lenses. Right there, we can make some goggles, which wouldn't be too bad. An archery potion, which is pretty fantastic as well. If we just have... Oh, wait. 6 makes the suspicious-looking eye, sorry. You need them for the mechanical eye, but that's miles away. Goggles, 2 lenses. If we get one more, we already have a piece of gear. And then an archery potion, which is just useful to have. Of course, you drop it when you close that. So we'll try to get our goggles if possible really quick. This guy will allow us. And then we're going to end the episode here. So, let's go lens. As you can see, he's only a half health, so this wooden sword is not cutting it. But hey. And he gave us the lens. Now we can start pimping ourselves out. Shit are these goggles? Goggles! Bam! Gonna change our mode, because we're still in housing mode. Don't care about housing. We got goggles to put on. Look at that! Look. We are straight pimping now. Oh man. I wear my sunglasses at night and everything. So this is going to be it for the first episode. Thank you all for joining me. Next episode, we go into our first cave. See you there. Bye.